Hello, 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 hello to all my loved ones all around the world. Hi, how are you today? This is your boy, the writer, G.A. Wilson, coming live and direct, full of effect. You know me, how I get down. Baby, I go in all the time. Watch this. I'm about to get it. Yeah, y'all. Hello to all my loved ones, all my beautiful brothers and sisters all around the world. I'm here to give you a review of Kiki Swinson and Nikki Turner book, Most Wanted. This right. Yeah! Are you ready? Baby! Before I get started about giving you a review of Kiki Swinson and Nikki Turner book, Most Wanted, I want to give you a little bit information about the authors. Okay, information about Kiki Swinson. She first started out in '96 and she came out with a self-published book. And after she came out with her first self-published book, she did Wifey. Yeah, that was actually her first publication. Wifey was her first publication. Still Wifey. Life after Wifey. See, Wifey had made it really big for her, with her career as being a writer. The Candy Shop, and so many more titles of books. Once she just started, she couldn't stop. She was just giving everybody her all, and we're just so very proud of her of doing what she do. Nikki Turner first came out with her first publishing book, The Project Chick, Girls from the Hood, The Glamorous Life, Riding Dirty on I-95, and so much more. I think I looked in 2014. I look on the shelf at Walmart. She actually have a glamorous life part 2, guys. So please check that out. With the book The Most Wanted, is a collaboration of 2 stories in one book. And the way they had did this is actually like a full story, but many people won't get like a 300-page novel. It's actually like in between 100 to 120 pages each for each writer to put it in one book. But they did a wonderful job. I'm actually not a person that's into hood stories or urban stories. These are full urban stories that I actually not a big fan of. But I just went into the library one day and I just picked it up. Actually, I saw it a couple weeks ago, but I had saw it, with Kiki Swinson and Nikki Turner on the cover of the page, and it never really got my attention until another day I went to the library and I just picked it up and see what it was all about. And Kiki Swinson has started the story off with her story of The Most Wanted Diamonds. And I was reading a couple pages of it, and I just was so impressed with the book, and I was like, I have to rent it. And that's what I did, and I went from there, and that's why I'm giving you the review of the book Most Wanted. First, I want to say I actually have read a book from Kiki Swinson, Candy Shop. This is actually it's not my book, but it was someone mentioned me about the book, and she had the book of her own, and I never really heard too much about Kiki Swinson. Not much. Like I said, I'm not an urban person. I'm not much more a hood person that would read books like this. But when she had gave me the book and I took the time to read it, and yeah, I was very impressed with her writing. Um, very impressed with her writing. Candy Shop was a very, it wasn't so much like hood story, but it was telling you so much about a person who was something, and then just before you know it, they had this person that was into drugs, and that what got them into doing drugs, and you could just see their life tumbling down. It was a very drastic, touching story. And when I finished that book, I just knew she was really about giving people the realness of what's out there going on in those streets. I actually have read, not really read a book about Nikki Turner, but I actually got it on audiobook. I cannot remember which story I had read. Um, I just wanted to see what she was all about because I heard so much about her. Um, wasn't too impressed. I don't know, because to me, I don't know about you, but I like I like writing to impress me, and Nikki Turner to me didn't really impress me with her writing. I can only say that about me, but other people out there, she probably had touch. But we are all different. We have different personalities, and we look at life and things from a different angle. So I respect her for being in the game as long as she has. I give her that dap and that love. But her writing to me is not to the heart to me. But to you, I know she does a really good job. Okay, I'm gonna give you some information about both of the stories. Okay, Kiki Swinson's story is The Most Wanted Diamonds. Okay, this is a story about a girl. Her name is Geniana. People in the streets call her Gigi. And Gigi is actually had this guy who's a hustler, and he does things. I guess he just sell drugs or do things just to come up and live a really good life, have money, and really trying to take care of his girl. So it turns out that he had something that he had to take out of town to give to someone. They had a lot of money on the line, and for him to do this, he had to have his girl on the side, I guess, to make believe like they going on a trip out of town. So they both wasn't really serious about doing this. They feel in their guts that, I don't think it's a really good idea, but they couldn't change their mind about it. And so they were getting themselves ready to go, out of town to give these people these guns and drugs, and it was going to be money, a lot of money on the line for them to do this. And as they was getting themselves ready, prepared to go out of town to give these people, the guns and drugs, before you know it, they had the SWAT team, FBI, CIA, all these people, gang up on them and caught them before they ever even got to the place where they're supposed to get to. And they took them down to the police office, and start asking them all these kind of questions and stuff. And somehow they had recorded some information about the guy, and the guy saying she was the one who had the guns and had the drugs, and she the one who set it up, and she the one did this and that. And they had showed her the tape, and she was saying, I cannot believe he would say all these things about me. He gonna snitch on me? She was saying that in her mindset. But she felt like it wasn't real. She felt like it was a tape that wasn't actually him. But she said, it gotta be him. It sounds like him and everything. But And once she had saw the tape, and she said, I guess I'm gonna have to tell him the real deal. And she had, gave them information, about him, about his life, some things that she remember of him. And also she had made up some things as well. And before you know it, she signed on the dotted line and she was out of there. And he had got his time served, and she never ever kept up with him. But the mother kept up with him for some reason. I don't know why the mother had kept up with him. And after she had got out and she went home, she started packing up her things and everything. And she looked under the bed for some reason and she saw 25 raw diamonds, guys. And when she saw that, she was like, ching ching. And she just went on a shopping spree. She had buy, expensive clothes, jewelry. She had did, went rented out the suites. She just went crazy with these diamonds, and after that, she just knew she just had to get out of D.C. That's where actually Kiki Swinson was telling the story in Washington D.C. So she moved out of town to somewhere in Virginia, somewhere in some small town in Virginia, and she just knew she didn't want to be a part of that life no more. She didn't want to, be in the same city as where she once was, and all the people that knew her. She just wanted to start off fresh, and she just forgot about Warren. That's actually the hustler name that she was committed to. Just want to forget about Warren. Just want to start all over again, and she began to get herself involved with an older gentleman, at least 20 years older than her. And that's when she began to want to take her past life and put it behind her and started freshly new. At first, she didn't want to get involved with this older gentleman named Sidney, but she just took a chance. She said, I've been with a guy who's a hustler, who was younger. I mean, she was trying to compare them in certain ways, and saying, Warren had a big dick and he could do all these certain things, and Sidney had, he's not so much of a sexual or erotic guy. She was kind of comparing, but she wanted to stay with Sidney because he wasn't a street hustler. He worked at a 9 to 5, and whatever she wanted, he gave her whatever she needed. I'm actually not going to give you no more of the story because I actually want you to take out the time and to buy the book, to rent the book, or get it on Amazon.com and see what had happened. This story had made me want to get the book, and I really enjoyed Kiki Swinson's story, The Most Wanted Diamond. It was an interesting story. I actually like her writing. She gives you that suspense. She put it in a way that she wants you to turn the page. I'm gonna give you information about On the Run from Nikki Turner. Okay, On the Run. This is actually a story about a young female named Peaches, who's on a salon that does hair, and while she's not doing hair, she's hanging out with her homeboys, and they are actually gambling for money. Playing poker or blackjack, and they're gambling for money, and somehow she got herself involved in it, and now it seems like it's an addiction, like playing, the pick three, or getting a lottery every day. It's just like an addiction for her. So one night when she was gambling with her homeboys, she had got lucky, and she had actually won over $75,000. And one of the guys who was there was like, "Oh, why don't we play another hand? Since you all lucky and stuff, let's play one more hand." But she was like, "No, it's a little bit too late. I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta do half for this girl and that girl. I'll catch y'all on the rebound." So one guy who was high out of his mind with cocaine, full of cocaine in his body, and he was like, you know, "Yo, come on, play another hand." And he started getting up, and then he slapped on her ass like that, and she almost gonna pimp slap his ass back like that, and then it was going back and forth, and he was like, he's high out of his mind, and he started ripping her blouse that she had on, and then after that, he had her pinned to the table, and he was about to take off all her clothes, and she had a purse hung, cling to her body, and she remembered that it was a gun inside her purse, and she was, going through her purse, rumbling through, trying to find the gun, and he was very close of raping her. He had almost all her clothes off, and he was about to take off her G-string, and before he could take off her G-string, she had found the gun, cocked it, and pulled the trigger. I actually can't give you guys no more information about the book because, like I was saying earlier, Nikki Turner words didn't move me so much to continue her story on the run. Like I said, she doesn't really have it for me to go further with her writing, even though it was a really good introduction with On the Run, with that little piece I gave you. That was actually only like about 3 or 4 pages. But other than that, it didn't move me to continue like Kiki Swinson's story had moved me. The Most Wanted Diamonds. It didn't move me like that, ladies and gentlemen, all my loved ones. But like I say, what's not for me, I know it's for other people out there, and I could tell with the many books that she had written that many people love her writing. Like I say, I give her much respect, the utmost respect, and I pray that she, and hope and pray that she continue doing what she loved to do. But for me, she doesn't move me in no kind of way. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Nikki. I have to say this, but I love you and send you so much love, and I hope you continue doing what you do. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. Listen to I, the writer, G.A. Wilson, and I had to give you the review of Kiki Swinson Nikki Turner book, Most Wanted. It's right here. I hope you guys go, if you purchase it, if not purchase it, go borrow like I did from the library, or get it from one of your friends, your cousin, or one of your neighbors. Just pick it up and see what you get out of it. And when you do, come back to me and give me your thoughts on the book as well. Okay? I am here for you. I love you with all my heart. Yes, I do. So take care of yourself. Be good on the streets. Be safe. Be you. Peace and blessings. Yay! Yay! Uh-huh. That's a wrap.